Hello there, Luis Ponce here from Mind Body Motion, talking today about the three planes of motion and the importance of them in our daily lives, how we are involved using the three planes of motion. Let me take you through them. When you move forward this way, it's the sagittal plane, front and back, okay? When we go to the side here, or move this way here, it is the frontal plane. When we transverse motion on the top, the rotational part is called the transverse motion, okay? So these three planes of motion are very important on a daily life. Why? Because that's how we walk, that's how we run. Our human mechanics is designed for us to be in the three planes of motion all the time. So what happens is when we are in front of a computer and we're sitting down and staring at that, you know, we stuck on the sagittal plane, okay? But then you have to turn to grab something, and a lot of times we get a kink in our neck, I get a kink on the lower back, or something goes up, because we're not conditioned there. Our intentions when we're training, they're not driven towards the transverse plane, okay? So it is important for us to understand that. And what I've seen all my career through the years, people indulging too much on the sagittal plane. The exercise programs, they're driven too much front and back and not too much to the side and the transverse plane. So if we have an exercise here when we're squatting and we overusing that and not having the proper engagement of your knees, you know, if I'm going here, well, what's the big deal? I'm still accomplishing my task of picking something up from the floor. The challenge here is when you go forward here, it's a lot of pressure on your knees versus putting pressure on your heel and generating fronts from the back, so you get a lot of more energy coming up from here. And this motion here opens up your knee joint here, okay? And if you practice that, then when you pick something up, your intuition is going to take you to that that point of picking something up on the proper way. Also, practicing twisting and bending at the same time will allow you to condition those fibers. They're close to your spine, and they'll be protected when you suddenly have to move in that direction. So, looking at the joint right here on the hip, let's look at the joint here. I marked this part right here just so you imagine if you are walking or doing exercises with this part is constantly touching only this section here. As you wear this off, it's going to be changing how the knee functions too. As you can see, this can rotate, but the knee can only go this way. If I go the sideway here, it's not going to like that, neither your foot, okay? So looking at the mechanics of this, this motion here and here are dominant here, and this should be well organized as it goes into the joint, into the socket here. What we've seen is when people don't pay attention to that, then this wears off, and then we're not having a hip replacement or a knee replacement. So the purpose of today is for you to understand that and condition your body in a way where you can use the three planes of motion all the time, specifically in your training. If you're not intentional on your motions when you're training, it's gonna transfer and you're gonna create a memory engram in your body that is gonna cause more trouble than helping you. Okay, so be aware of that, revise your program, check the exercises that you're doing right now, see how many planes of motions are you using, or where you are more interested in working out all the time, okay? So three-dimensional manner is good. Hopefully you like this video and give us thumbs up, and we'll see you next week. Take care.